truth of Gen Z culture is pretty much Gen Z is controlled by the algorithm. Gydro, what are you talking about right now? But all I gotta really tell you in the realness though, it's like a whole group of Gen Zs controlled by what people say online. Like I'm talking to you right now, it's like you either take it with a grain of salt or you can completely ignore me, but don't take everything I say and do it in real life. Like don't take like I'm telling you to throw a brick off a window to get $1 million, you actually do it. And there's people out here, you know what I'm saying a lot of crazy type of messages, and they will say something like, let's give you a scenario real quick. They'll be like, boom, the first things you do on a date is pretty much use this pickup line, or you know what I'm saying, use this pickup line on a person you have a crush on. And the person behind the screen that's watching the viewer, they actually do it, and then they get completely of the worst result you can ever get in your life, you know what I'm saying, because you're not that person. You gotta come to the conclusion that we're not other people, and other people experiences is their experiences and it's not yours. You can't just boom copy somebody method and think that it's gonna work for you, because 9 times out of 10 it might actually not. And then we think it is, and also it's controlled with people just copying each other in general, you know what I'm saying. It's one thing, inspiration is one particular aspect, but when you're just copying a person's style, it's like dogs, you're throwing your creativity out the fucking window. It's like dogs, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like you see one person dressed like this way and now you want to copy the whole thing, or you see a person have this sort of message in this one video and now you want to copy the video. Now inspiration is like, okay, you see one of my videos, right? Boom, hypothetically you seeing this video right now, and other than labeling it, you know what I'm saying, whatever it's gonna be titled when I make the title, or in everything I'm saying up to this exact moment, you just see this and you do like a little remix off of what I'm saying right now in your own words and your own style, and boom, that's inspiration because you felt what I was saying and now you want to make your respin on this one, you know what I'm saying. And that's just love right there, you know what I'm saying. But when you're just copying a person word from word message, it's like dogs, what are you doing? People just love to copy other motherfuckers' word. People like to copy people's mindsets, you know what I'm saying. People don't give, it's like no shame in their game at all, you know what I mean. And I've seen this in real type of time. Like I made a video, and one of the most viewed video I ever made was talking about, like, you know, depression and shit like that. It was something on the lines of mental health and what people went through in life. Now I know I was an original creator of that type of video because I never wrote that shit down. I just came on top of my brain and boom, I just made it. I ain't gonna front, one day I was scrolling and boom, another creator that have more followers than me made the exact same video, and I seen the title, okay, word, and then they use the same sound as me, word, okay, this could look a little fishy right now. You're copying the great Gydro and you're saying everything I'm saying word from word, but you never even thought of that, you know what I'm saying. And I'm looking at you, I'm like, dogs, this whole generation is full of copycats, you know what I'm saying. It's less inspiration, more copycats. I feel like back in the day, a prime example of originality and creativity was pretty much rap in the 90s. Like if you stole a person idea, even if it's the smallest thing of like an album cover picture, if you took the idea, they're gonna get at you. They gonna call you a fucking biter.
Son, let me tell these niggas something, God. I don't want niggas sound like me. Man, keep it real, get your own shit, man, and be original.
People out there in the runners though, this whole generation is controlled by the algorithm, control how people think, how people feel, what people say. They actually take that whole message and just run with it, and it's no more thinking for yourself. That's thrown out the window. It's more of, I gotta keep doom scrolling to catch up more. Now I ain't gonna front, sometimes when you do scroll, is information up of things you should take, but oftentimes it's just horrible. And even with the whole word Gen Z, it's like, when I first ever heard the word Gen Z, all I thought of was like, okay, Z is the last letter in the alphabet, and what they're trying to say is we're the last generation to ever exist. Now I can only say two things. It's either we're the last generation to ever exist, or we're the last generation to go for this fuckery that this world system had us in order, you know what I'm saying. Like the whole working jobs and this and that and the third, and you know what I'm saying, religious aspects of people consistently doing certain things that was written before we was fucking born for us to be controlled. I don't know. It's either one of those two things, and the only reason I can say that is pretty much because I see people hating their jobs, they're quitting their jobs to fund their own business so they won't get stuck in the system. And it's another reason why I'm saying Gen Z is like the last generation to ever exist, because it's like, yo, people, men are saying they want to become asexual. it's a bad look. I make a whole video about those two specific things, like why men would want to become asexual and why. I forgot the other shit I was saying. Some shit, man. I'm gonna remember after the fucking video. But people out there watching and running this though, it's crazy what's going on. Word. Gen Z is a hell of a culture right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't associate with these cats. I'm just a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But Gen Z whole coping mechanism is pretty much everything that feels good instantaneously. And I can name you a list of things that feels good instantaneously compared to how life was, I guess, before. Like, life was before technology. I wasn't even born then, but I can only tell you what people told me. You know what I'm saying? It was like when the 2000s came, that's when they said the end. Like, you know how it said 99 people was killing themselves before the year 2000 because they thought the end of the world was going to actually happen in the year 2000. Well, that old world actually did ended, and it came on with this new world of more data, new technology, and things that's just going to destroy us right now. You know what I'm saying? For at the time, things for the future that was going to just mess up this new generation. I ain't gonna front. And it's just the stuff like doom scrolling, lusting. You know what I'm saying? People can comment hate shit on your shit. It's a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But the most coping mechanism is instant gratification. That's just, I feel as though, and I wasn't born, I can only tell you from what I've heard through stories and what people have told me. One thing most definitely that we do know is it was no touchscreen phones in the 90s. Let's keep it real. It was like flip phones, and I don't think everybody had flip phones, so a lot of people had pagers from early 90s, late 90s, whatever the case may be. But people seemed like there was more in connection with each other, because if you see a group of people back then through old cassette tapes, it wasn't all of this. When people sitting around, I ain't gonna front, I catch myself doing that because sometimes I don't got nothing to say around people. It's messed up, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hold myself accountable to this bullshit, to this fuckery. But on the trueness rulers though, it seemed like people have more connection. There's no connection. Now people will talk to each other, you know, for like 10 minutes, and then they get bored of talking. Now they're gonna doom scroll while people are around. And it seemed like the code mechanism back then was you call your peoples up, you call your friend up, you meet up, you chat, you talk, you chill, you go out, and boom, that was like a great day. And it seemed like time of the day was longer back then than it is compared right now. Because right now, it seems like you do like 2 things and the day is done. You go to the gym, you make 4 videos, you do 100 push-ups, you go to work, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And you doom scroll for the rest of the night, and then do the same thing the next day. It's kind of sad. I ain't gonna front. I don't know how life was back then, but I just know we're moving to like a whole new way of frequency, because when time is moving fast like this, we're in a new fucking timeline at this point. I'm believing so. Ever since that eclipse happened, and people don't talk about that eclipse enough. Ever since that solar eclipse happened, I think a couple years back, it seemed like life was different. You know what I'm saying? People was talking about more of the spiritual stuff, and it's crazy. I ain't gonna front. But the whole thing of the day is pretty much Gen Z. Gen Z. The truth of Gen Z. And the truth is, it's like controlled by the algorithm. The last generation, and the only way to where they can't control us is through social media. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Through them pushing a lot of lustful shit in your direction to you get caught off guard, and for you to not be in your own reality but snapping somebody else's reality. It's one thing like a long form video, but it's another thing when you're just doing this all day. Because I ain't gonna front, all doom scrolling is wasting your time. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It might have some dopamine hits here and there, but what people are not telling you about doom scrolling is wasting your time from what you actually have to do, and it is making you be in somebody else's reality through all the advice that people give you. And a lot of advice people give you is kind of shit advice. I ain't gonna front, but people are using those type of messages for viewership, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hate nobody. You know what I'm saying? People might think my shit is bullshit, but on the real shit, this is Gydro fucking Damis I'm playing. On the real though, people that is watching last generation, Gen Z, and let's see if it's not last generation, what is the next generation gonna be called? Gen 1? Like A1 sauce? I don't know, fucking know, man. I'm just making yapping suggestions right now. On a realness though, people out there watching, man, show me some sort of form of love on the video. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when Gen Z culture is just at an all-time high of weirdness, especially with the whole relationship scene going on right now and why people don't want kids in the big 2026. People do still have kids, but a lot of people don't want them shits, man. I ain't go for them. I'll be out, man. Peace. I'm about to spaz out. Truth of Gen Z.